Oh, right. We're live.
We're
Oh,
live. We made
yeah.
it.
Woo.
Wednesday.
Yes. So sorry again for a few minutes late. We were just getting set up. Well,
It's my
actually,
fault. It's
well,
just blame it on me. It's my fault.
it's okay. I was waiting around here for no. No, but here's the thing though. Scott is running behind because he was capturing more bookings with
I'm
sales.
slinging some sales.
Yeah. So you know what? This is a perfect little webinar for you to hop into after and explain your ways, share how you do this.
How do I strategize?
Yeah, strategize these sales. Man, this is going to be a good one though. This is a really fun webinar and it's good by yours truly, Stephanie. Well, hey, this is a great time to intro. Stephanie Gries here. So if you are new to these webinars, Travefy Academy webinars, I'm Stephanie Gries. But all jokes aside, I really am glad to have Scott on here because he is our guy we want to talk to when it comes to sales. Because he is on our sales team.
Let's not get the expectations too high where all there is, the only direction to go is down. So
you know true, yeah. Okay, this will be I'm telling you, he won't say, but he's gonna come in with some ideas that are like, oh my gosh, so smart,
I
so
got some
brilliant.
ideas. I got some
Yes.
ideas.
Yeah, you get so many ideas, and that's the thing. This is why this is a really cool webinar where we're excited to do it, is because we get to chat with advisors all over the industry, the world. We get to see what they're doing, take ideas, and then also we work a lot with suppliers, so we see that side. So it's really cool. So a lot of these ideas we hope are really actionable and get you thinking. I think there's 10 of them today, and but each one's a little bit unique, and really, again, hopefully it just gets you thinking like, oh, that would be a good idea, like I can easily do something like that. So that's really, whole point of this webinar, which is really cool. But also, before I keep blabbing on, and if this is your first time coming to a Travefy Academy webinar, um probably wondering like, what is this, how is this different than Travefy? So we do have Travefy as the product, but in Travefy Academy webinars, these are purely educational. So these are coming from really our mission. It stems from our mission that we want to power the success of travel professionals. And so that's why we built Travefy Academy, to do just that, where we have different webinars and content. We have a podcast where we'll talk about all different kinds of things that really just help you build your business. So like this month, for example, we're focusing on, what are some ideas that you can use to capture those bookings and sales. And this is a really good time too, because travel is crazy. It is booming.
It's
So
happening.
it is
It's
really happening.
happening for sure. I was chatting with an agency yesterday that used the phrase, quote, the the floodgates have opened, which after the last 2 years, let's
Yeah.
just all say together, amen. So,
Woo.
really, really fun to hear. I know not everyone is experiencing that, but a lot of people are, and it's so good to see that happening.
Oh yeah. It is. It's only going to keep growing, all stuff. And so that's why I also think this is really timely. When we were going through the outline of this, is really timely because it'll get you ahead of the game, thinking ahead of time, and just each season. And we're coming into summer, now, where there's a lot of vacations and happening, but so many people are booking into next year already and
Mhm.
beyond.
Oh
So
yeah, oh yeah.
yeah.
Well, this will be a fun one. I'm excited.
Hmm.
Sometimes on the marketing side, for a lot of advisors, you just get so kind of ground into the monotony of each day. And I don't mean to make that a negative, like light, but that you're just on the treadmill trying to keep up with everything. And sometimes just being able to take a quick break and hear some different ideas that then you can approach from your own angle, your own market, your own customer base, is a really fun way to just come up with some new strategies, some new ideas to incorporate in the future.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And I know that Scott did mention, but this is being recorded. So I know if anyone has to hop off to take a client call, get that sale, definitely do. We'll be posting this on academy.travify.com, but also on our YouTube page. You'll also be able to watch it on demand as well. So if you follow your link that you registered for the Zoom with, you'll be able to watch it that way. But we'll get it up really quickly. And then also the other thing to mention. Oh no, I think I just Nope, I'm back. Okay.
You're back.
I'm back. I saw the black screen. I was like, no, not at the beginning of this. So I'm back. But there's also we'll have time for questions at the end too, and Scott will be in there helping getting some of those questions in between while he hops in and shares some great stuff in there as well. But definitely use that chat and go ahead and ask any questions or mention, comment. But if you use the Q&A spot, the question area, that is a great place if you really just have a question that you want us to hopefully get to at the end. No guarantee, but we'll try to. Then you can put it there as well. So cool. All right.
Are we ready? Are we
I
gonna do this?
think I'm ready. Oh no.
And my camera just turned
No.
off. What just
Oh,
happened?
there it
And it's
is.
back.
We're okay.
It's
So
back.
it's Zoom. So Zoom is having a day. But that's okay.
Did
Technology.
did your camera just randomly turn off on its own?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine did. Mine just did too.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Okay, well, this is going to be an
Well,
exciting ride for us.
I think
Let's
we
see
are
what
in.
happens.
So for the astrology people, Mercury retrograde, it's happening, man.
I
There's
have no clue
things.
what that is,
It's
but we're gonna
messes
leave it
with
there.
me.
So,
Yeah. We'll just hope that nothing else happens. But again, we will have this on recording and everything for you. But okay, here we go. Everyone take a deep breath. Get your
let's
sales
dive in.
cap
Let's do
ready.
this.
Woo! All right, here we go. Okay, so I think there's 10, I believe. I think there's 10 in here. So we got the
We're
first
gonna
one.
find out.
Yeah, we'll find out. Sometimes we surprise ourselves. Okay, so the first one, here we go. So the first one is creating a one of a kind offering. Now, what do we mean by this? Well, here's the thing. You are literally in the best position than anyone else to be able to do something like this. Because, first of all, you have travel experiences and you know how to travel, what's really great, what people should be doing. But then you also have, access to resources who can also give you these one of a kind experiences and help you create something for your clients that your clients cannot create on their own. So that's what's really awesome about this. So definitely consider working with if you already know everything to create your one of a kind experience, but if you're trying to think of something different, definitely collaborate with a supplier, your BDM, create a package that clients, they just can't get anywhere else. So anything like your like very popular Mexico Caribbean getaways, wine tours, our personal favorites, adventure travel experiences, spa and wellness packages, the list goes on.
Yeah, there are a lot of different ways that you can approach this. And to underscore, this will be different for everyone, depending on what type of the part of the market you focus on, whether it's Disney, whether it's all inclusive, whether it's Europe, whether it's South Pacific, cruising, whatever it might be. I'm going to give you a few examples of ideas that I've seen other advisors incorporate based on what their specialty is and going from much more simple to more complex. Starting with creating packages that the unique value that they bring is that maybe you're packaging, like Stephanie mentioned, spa credits or resort activity credits or things like that. That's where you can start to talk to your BDMs to see what type of leverage that they have if you're hitting certain volumes, because they do have things built in that are loss leaders for them. Yes, they want to make money off those, but they also want to get people to the resorts that are booking with them and driving their primary revenue, that they can give away some of the ancillary revenue sources that way. But also think about like wine tours. This is something that, think about this. It's all about packaging. A weekend wine tour to Willamette Valley or Columbia Valley or Napa or Sonoma, where all of the wine tour visits are taken care of in terms of the appointments, the registration. You have an existing pricing with a bed and breakfast or a hotel that's commissionable with you. You can set up those relationships, but that it's turnkey, because so many people put off those types of things just because of the time and the planning. But being able to package those types of things, of being able to get not just their accommodations, but their activities and everything planned, their transfers, all of that planned for a quick weekend getaway, that somebody surprises their spouse for their anniversary or something. It's all about how it's packaged, and it would take so much time for someone to build that up or do that on their own. But you can do it in much more efficient economies of scale by doing it all together. But another idea, was chatting with an agent that what they do is they book huge multi-week, and they break it into weeks, multi-week group bookings for a bluegrass festival at an all-inclusive in Mexico. So immediately you can't just get that anywhere, but all they do is they just build up tons of great marketing lists to market this type of trip, this type of package for a bluegrass festival. They get bands to come in and play at the resort, and they're selling, anywhere from 50 to 100, 150 rooms per week, and then they do that back to back with the resorts. And so that's why I'm highlighting that's group business. It's amazing business for them. They only have to do a few of those a year to have a really fantastic business, but it is much more complex. You have to have great relationships with the resort, really know what you're doing. But to highlight what Stephanie's pointing out, these are things that you cannot just book online somewhere. These are very unique packages that people will come to you because of the service and the very unique one-of-a-kind experience.
Yeah, it's so cool. That one, yeah, we're starting off with a bang on here because that one is a huge one. Just how amazing it is that you have access to things that you can make just so unique to everybody.
Mhm.
So, great first one. Okay, so here we go to the second one. Our second one in here, once I regain control again, is partner with a nonprofit. So this one's really cool too because this is a great one because the big thing is you're giving back to the community at the exact same time that you're getting people excited to travel. So you're marrying the love of things that you have. And so, you can do things like, find a fundraiser or a charity that you love and offer the top 5 participants $100 or a $250 booking credit towards a specific package. And really, again, you control the package and what it is good towards, so you can decide what makes sense for your business. And this also, of course, looks different for everybody and the eligible products, but you could almost do the first thing that we mentioned and then this one also and kind of marry the two. But again, use your BDM suppliers, think of promotion ideas, and just make it work for your company. But it's just an all around, it's a really unique thing to do.
Yeah, and start with something that you're naturally passionate about, a cause that really connects to you. I was just got back from a conference at midnight last night, and at one of the dine outs and stuff, the organization, the cause that they were really passionate about are spouses and families of military members that are deployed. So not necessarily the actual person that's deployed, but the spouse, the husband or wife that's still at home, and watching kids that they wanted to support them, whether it be through different types of financial things, scholarships, whatever it might be, that was what they were passionate about. But then that, similarly, there are a lot of advisors that are really passionate about different types of uh, developing countries and other types of NGOs and things like that, or things local, a homeless shelter, or a backpack program for schools, that find something that you're really passionate about and start to find ways that you can build that in, whether it's not even a direct sales opportunity, but a way that you can invite your audience on social media and marketing to participate in that cause with you without even asking for a sale. That's okay. That's actually really good sometimes, to find ways to connect with your audience in great logical ways that humanize your business and show what you're passionate about and the causes that you're behind, and allow them to participate and build that relationship with you. And thinking very pragmatically of wearing your marketing hat, you're keeping your brand and your business in front of a lot of people without asking for a sale. That's, from a marketing perspective, that's really, really good. So a lot of different ways you can do this. We've worked with advisors in the past that their business model is actually set up on doing fundraisers for nonprofits, and the products that they're using to fundraise for are travel packages. And so, that 5-day trip to New York, they might get donors to underwrite the cost of the trip, but then they're getting people to actually bid on that trip at a silent auction or an online auction, something like that. Similarly, equally, you can also reach out to your BDMs to see if any of those suppliers actually have programs for something like this. if we're promoting your brand, would you discount a trip or donate a trip or a package of some sort? That way it allows them to choose what they want to contribute. That way there's certain packages and things like that that your suppliers or your BDMs cannot give away because they're too in demand or there's such a high cost. And then there are some that they have a lot of leverage around, that they have additional inventory, and that it's a great way for them to be able to do that. So, chat with your BDMs, to go back to that first slide, chat with your BDMs to talk about your ideas and see what they can come up with and what they can do. You might be really, really surprised in that regard.
Yeah, I love that. That's really cool. That's a good one too on the donations and just having someone donate money to underwrite it, and then like there's
Mhm.
always that kind of stuff going on. So that's really cool. Love that.
Absolutely, absolutely. A lot of power to that,
Mhm.
and thinking about how that one package actually multiplies the donation effect in that regard. You don't just have
Yeah.
one person buying a trip, you have them donating money for that trip plus someone bidding on the trip, that way too.
Yeah, and then brand recognition and also creating new
Mhm.
clients. Amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so many good things on that one. Okay, so our third one here is get festive and seasonal. So this one you might be like, "Oh, yes," but this is all about thinking ahead, and that's what I was mentioning at the very beginning is really thinking ahead because man, the year just flies by so fast. I mean, we're already like summertime, which is just so crazy. And marketing data just proves, that timely themed promotions just work better than generic promotions. So just think of ways that anything can tie in. So examples, I'm kind of jumping ahead to fall, but football tailgates, or the holiday season. There's a lot of booking already for Christmas and the holidays and all of that, or vacations, fall break. Just be thinking about those and just try to be
Mhm.
ahead of the game on that already too.
Yeah, seasonality is huge. Here at Travefy, any type of promotion that we do, we always try to ensure that there's some type of theme or seasonality to it. So, to give you examples right on the nose, we just got done with spring sale, our spring promotion. That way, it's from a very definitive time. It really creates a theme and urgency because it's a literal window of time. Similarly, Black Friday. So there are some really important aspects to go through here. As Stephanie mentioned, it's proven time and time again within marketing data. Having a generic no name promotion that has no theme, it's just a hey, we're having a sale. Cool, sounds great. Those do not compete. Perform as well as themed promotions. Themed promotions, seasonal promotions, consistently head and shoulders perform much better. They're more memorable. They allow you to create more excitement and more urgency around those promotions. So this could be a direct promotion, Black Friday sale, or something like that. You should be thinking about those well in advance so you can start to pull together your marketing and working with any of your BDMs or suppliers to find something really compelling to offer out to your clients. And some people would say, well, it's hard to compete with Black Friday. Well, the great thing is you have the entire world spending money to promote Black Friday, to promote that time of year and that theme that people are at that point looking for deals and looking for sales from there. And we've even heard and seen some partners that have seen a huge influx in sales in the last year or two on Black Friday or Cyber Monday from travel sales, not from retail products, electronics, or something like that. So it is a great time and a great opportunity to be able to do that within there. There's one other idea, and I'm totally spacing it now.
Well, you might be good because check this out. I just realized that we were this these were kind of going together, the festive and seasonal, because our idea 4 was planning for late summer and fall. Because again, just trying to get ahead of it. So does this ring any bells for you, Scott?
I can't remember. I was up super late with the flight coming back from a conference, so I literally can't remember. But the other thing I was going to mention with seasonality, but also kind of dovetailing into the late summer fall promotions and stuff, is also to think about maybe it's not necessarily like an actual sales promotion. It could just be you're hosting a tailgate host,
Mhm.
or something of that nature, to connect with people and get them involved. So a lot of different ways that you can connect with people and get them engaged with you.
Yeah. Oh, love that idea. That's a really cool one. Yeah, the different ways to do that. One thing we mentioned in here too is gift cards, and I've heard of advisors that will do gift cards, especially if you do have service fees or you charge fees. That is a really great way to offer that, and somebody can, you know, give it give it for a gift and stuff. So that's really cool too. That's
Yeah, and
really cool.
yeah, gift cards towards planning fees or things like that. This is definitely something where, uh, if you're reading the fine print of the travel industry, you definitely want to know what you're doing because there are certain legalities within there. But giving gift cards for consulting fees, service fees, professional fees, planning fees, however you phrase or call your fee, this is a great way to be able to do that and to then intro in to getting new clients on board. So literally as an example of like maybe you are discounting your planning fee by X percent, 20%, 30%, 50%. I don't know. You're discounting that if it is a gift card because they're giving it to a new customer of yours or something of that nature. You can create your own eligibility, your own rules around that as much as you want to make sure that this works for your business and is what I would call scalable, that it's completely sustainable and can help you grow your business without cannibalizing your business.
Mhm. Yeah, that's a really good point too. That just craft it to where it makes sense
Mhm.
and think that through. And so, yeah, that's awesome. All right, we've got five, and this is my favorite one. I love this one. So, FOMO, fear of missing out, and social proof. So, this one is really awesome because have you ever thought of just sharing a trip? Like once a client books it, just to showcase not only your services, but build just that little fear of missing out. And here's how easy it can be, especially if you do use Travefy. You can just get a link to an itinerary to view it. And one thing you could do is you could take the link. So let's say you just booked a family trip, or someone you just booked a family's trip to, Mexico, and maybe you want to go ahead and you can go ahead and copy the trip that they have booked, and then of course remove out any personal information, remove out anything that maybe you deem as like your secret sauce. You don't want to give away
Mhm.
everything, but just enough, and then put it, and then you can put it in a post on Facebook and say, check out this trip that I just booked for my clients. How cool is that? I mean, that is going to get people talking. So I love that idea. It's really so easy to do. You could even just put a picture of the resort they're staying at and just say, I just booked this at for some clients. I'm so excited for them. Really easy.
Yeah, I was chatting with an advisor. This is a while ago now, but he had a really clever marketing tactic that he just built into his daily playbook with how he runs his business. Every time he has a client book a trip, he then copies the trip in Travefy, anonymizes it, like Stephanie was mentioning, removing out any of the information that you do not want presented. Obviously, client information, but also other things. Maybe it's supplier names or things of that nature. You remove out any of that and then just share it on social media with a comment to the effect of, I just had some clients book this trip for next August. I'm so excited for them. They're going to have an amazing time. You're not trying to sell, you're talking about people that all you already sold. So it's almost akin to like what we would call a humble brag, that you're bragging on your customers, not on yourself, but also sharing not just kind of a FOMO effect, but social proof that other people are booking with you and booking this. Other people should be booking with you as well. It's a really cool and clever way just to create mini marketing and sales opportunities along the way every time you're selling a trip.
Yeah, it's so cool. There Looks like Robin just came in. She said she just did that today for a river cruise client. It was her first river cruise client. That's awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Congratulations, Robin. That's awesome.
yeah, that's super cool. And now look, and now it shows like, oh, she does river cruises too.
Mhm.
I mean, it's like it just such a great idea. I love that one. It's one of my faves.
Well, and to that point, that same agent that I was mentioning, he was saying that once he started doing that, all of a sudden, coincidentally, later that afternoon, he starts getting requests from people he's connected with on social media for that same type of trip. So you can very quickly, very easily start to see and track the implicit or explicit impact of those little marketing tactics along the way.
Yeah, that's so interesting. That's cool. I love that. Okay, such a good one. But we have more really good ones. So this one, okay, I really like this idea too, because this idea is create company incentives or prizes. So now we're starting to get into the working with other companies and working with, or partnering with them. And there's so much you can do with this because you can partner with local companies and offer tons of different options. So things like booking credits as like a prize, or rewards for employee contests, wellness programs. That's a good one. But really also just partnering for them just for the sole fact that a lot of companies will offer like sabbaticals, or incentive travel. Tons of companies are doing that. So for you to be able to partner with them or offer special credits or opportunities that make it unique to work
Mhm.
with you is really special.
Yeah, absolutely. So, a few getting really tactical, a few ideas of how you can navigate this is especially thinking post COVID of coming out of the pandemic. You'll see very frequently, if you're following along with this, lots of companies are looking for perks or benefits that are not what most would call hard benefits. 401k, insurance, salary, whatever that might be. But what are other soft benefits that really can speak to what a person's looking for, vacation time, things like that? That the company, a company can give away, 7 days vacation. That's really cool. But what if they're giving away a 7 day all-inclusive package with the vacation time built in? So there are a few different ways that you can do this, but a kind of a key foundational thing is that it really relies on you putting together these packages, these services, in networking. So if you're involved in your local business chamber, if you're involved in your local Rotary boards or other ways that you can start to get intertwined and connected with other companies, a lot of times they would love to offer these types of packages to their team members, whether it be on a raffle basis or it's a sales incentive or something like that. They would love to offer these. They do not have the expertise or the manpower to actually produce these. They don't know where to start, so they just don't do it. But if you can offer a turnkey package of like, you give away, company, you take care of however you want to select the employee, whether it's through a sales incentive or a contest, a wellness benefit or something like that, I will take care of all the logistics. Everything else, you just send them to me. This is great because then whether it be a large company or a small to medium sized company, they have great, really cool soft benefits that they can offer to their clients and really unique packages in there. So this can be on a one-off basis where you're giving away a package, or it could be a wellness incentive. It could be hitting team goals or sales goals within there where it's available to anyone on the team. So you have a lot of different options of how you can produce this and package it, but also allows you to leverage your local network of companies and businesses. If you have friends that are well connected in the business world, ask them for introductions to other CEOs or presidents, or HR reps that might be looking for something like this. But you really have to package the service and know how to communicate it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So cool. We're getting lots of people like, "Oh, so good." And I love these ideas. And especially like this one right here. This is kind of one of those ongoing ones too. And you start working with a company and you probably will just keep working with them. So it's just like it's not a one-time promotion. It's like an
Well,
always thing.
in chatting with lots of incentive company or travel advisors that focus on incentives, it literally just creates more business
Mhm.
because that client or that person that won that booking credit with them or won that 7 day all-inclusive package as a giveaway from their company or a sales incentive, then starts coming back to that advisor because they had a great experience and starts booking with them in the future. So it also literally creates a funnel or a pipeline for you.
Mhm. Oh yeah. So, so good. Love these ideas. Okay, so here we go. We got another one here. We have the tip of partnering with a local restaurant or winery. So kind of on the same thing with the company, but this one's a little bit of a different edge of it.
It's a
Is
different angle.
yeah, different angle, and Scott and I really like this one because a local winery, awesome, or just a restaurant too, like,
Mhm.
Italian restaurant or Greek restaurant, and they're offering, a special group package to go to that destination. So, you can do a lot of different things with this. You can, like I mentioned, host a special trip for individuals or a group, or even just host an event night at the place. And then when you're there, then you start pitching travel package ideas. areas. You already know these people like that type of thing. So you can
Mhm.
start pitching them that as a travel experience.
Yeah. So again, a lot of different ways you can tackle this, but I'll give you some really concrete examples. There is a uh, local wine and spirit store here in Omaha, where I'm based. It's called Spirit World. Shout out Spirit World. But free plug on the webinar that no one lives in Omaha. But they were doing a uh, trip to Bourbon County, Lexington, Kentucky, and that you could bring people along for that you could sign up and stuff. And so then they had even some of their staff going along too. And so that's a great way where you can enhance the experience that they can offer their customers and offer their network and community of people. But then that you can also offer very interesting one-of-a-kind experiences and have access to their network and community. So it's a really, really, oh, Scott just said, I
There's so
love
many,
Spirit
yeah.
World. Thank
And
you, Scott.
Pam loves Spirit World too.
Pam, I love it. All right. There are multiple people. This is
Who knew?
awesome.
We just unlocked
Um,
a new thing at Travefy.
yes, yes. So free marketing, Spirit World, free marketing. Um, but that's one example. But also, there are lots of really fantastic restaurants in all of our towns that we're based that focus on or have a niche with a certain type of food. So maybe it's an Italian restaurant that makes amazing, authentic Napoleon pizza. And I apologize if I'm butchering pronunciations here. Um, Plan a trip to that region of Italy and have a tour of those restaurants and different types and have pizza making classes built into it and see if one of their chefs would actually go on the trip and talk about the pizza making process. But that applies to everything. Maybe it's sushi. Maybe it's I'm trying to think. Give me a good
Like
example.
a Greek,
Tapas. Maybe you're
oh,
going to
tapas, yeah.
Spain. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Mediterranean or Greek food.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of really, really cool ways that you can spin this. The one thing that I would always underscore here: make sure you are passionate about it, because when you are passionate about it, it will just have so much more legs in terms of marketing, and you'll have a lot of fun doing it in that way. An agent, Foy Renfro, he's with Montecito Village. I chatted with him. He's been a long time user customer of Travefy. He specializes in river cruises and does wine regions and stuff and wine tours, and does a fantastic job. He loves wine and is passionate about it. So lots of really cool ways that you can make that connect with yourself, but also connect with the local business and some of the community and network you're a part of.
Yeah. It's incredible how many ideas are just out of this one too. Like Brenda mentioned coffee tastings. That's
Love it.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
absolutely.
yeah, I can do so much with that.
Mhm.
So really cool. And it's also, especially just in the industry, I would say probably with the travel industry after, the pandemic and everything, the restaurant industry also experienced quite a bit of, strain on that too. So you're kind of helping each other also out if you did the route of restaurants in that. So really just love that idea.
Wait, it's National Wine Day today?
How did we not know this? I
Michelle
knew it
just
was in
said,
May,
and
but
it's National Wine Day. So
okay, well, I know what I'm gonna be having tonight. Uh,
challenge accepted. So
yes, that's why we play. Oh, I'm. This is just meant to be. If we just plan this webinar on Wine Day, yes, love it.
we need to just plan a webinar on May 25th every year.
Every
So
year. We'll see you next year, May 25th, same time, place. Actually, we'll do it later. So then we'll have, I mean, you could drink wine whenever, I guess, but
yes.
like, okay. So we only have a couple more here. So here is the next one. And this one's also really cool because it's a little different of a mindset here is offering your upsells as a promotion hook. So we keep talking about, a lot of ideas just to draw people in and get things connected. But really what you could be doing is you can also be just upselling, you're just working it like with your clients like you normally would, but then just always thinking like, okay, what can I also offer? So you don't have to immediately gravitate towards those discounts. You can offer any upsells like excursions, spa credits, promotion, whatever it might be. But again, working with your BDM suppliers, resorts, learn what offers they have and see what you can have, in your bag to use and provide for people. And that's what you could be doing.
Yeah, absolutely. There, with sales and promotions, especially in the kind of retail travel space, meaning selling to a consumer, whatever it might be, it's natural to first and foremost start thinking about selling out of your own pocket with a discount, meaning that you're giving away whatever you are going to have on commission, you're giving that away. You don't have to do that. So there are lots of great examples out there in the industry. I think Norwegian's still doing this, but the free at sea promotion, that there you could choose from 5 different benefits or perks that you would have free at sea. Maybe it's an all-inclusive drink package, so to speak. Maybe it's activity credits, things like that. But essentially, you're purchasing the cruise, you're getting those other benefits for free. That's just an upsell, but that's how they marketed it. And that you feel like you're getting that additional value that way. Resort credits, same thing. Or excursions and things of that nature, because you can also approach this as maybe you are actually, for the example of a free excursion or free activities or things like that, or those are included in the package. Maybe you're already packaging that in and getting those excursions paid for through the packaging and the pricing or the volume and the margins and stuff within there. And so that you're just messaging it as book this package and get these free excursions, but they're already paid for based on the premise of the package you've put together. But as Stephanie mentioned, this is where it's really helpful to reach out to your BDMs and the suppliers directly to find out, well, with this all-inclusive package, we offer $100 resort credit. Can you up that to $250 for the resort credit? Are there different ways that you can change the package slightly so that then you can lead with that? Book between now and the end of June 30th, and you get $250 in free resort credits. You're giving urgency and an upsell, and you never discounted the price. So it also can be literally about messaging and packaging, and then really using those relationships with your BDMs to your benefit, because that's what the public cannot get through booking online. That going through you, they can have access to things that they otherwise normally would not.
Yeah, so cool. And okay, so this next one, this is gonna tie everything together. Well, not everything, but it's gonna tie a lot together. I feel like on here is the last thing. It's kind of like a bonus. Is okay. Let me click. There we go. Is using Travefy's website builder. So again, if this is your first time with Travefy Academy, we really don't bring in Travefy usually, but we couldn't resist because the website builder that we offer in Travefy can be so helpful for when you are creating any of these ideas, whether it's like incentives for companies or a promotion or a trip package. No matter what it is, you can this is a really great way to showcase that. So I'm just going to kind of quickly show you here really quick how this actually works. But if you have a Travefy account, so this is what it would look like. And you already have access to the website builder. So the website builder is in your subscription. So there's nothing that you pay extra for. So if you already have an account, you can actually access your website builder by clicking on your name in the top right hand corner here and then click website. Now, we call this a website builder, but something you can do, and what I'm going to focus on right now, is the fact that you can actually just create landing pages. And a landing page is just basically a standalone web page. So it doesn't have to connect to an entire website. So if you already have a website, you don't have to use this to create an entire new website, but you can use this to just create those landing pages. And so it's really easy to do. I actually have an example here of a river cruise. But again, think of this as like if you're working with, let's go off with a restaurant thing. So let's say there's a restaurant you're working with, an Italian restaurant, and you're pairing wine, and because we're gonna go on that theme here because
Just
it's
keep
the
hitting
day.
the wine.
We're gonna keep going on that, yes. And so, let's say you want to do like a wine tour through Italy. So what you could do is you could create one of these landing pages. Just say create new page. And there's a lot here, which I won't go too in depth. We do have tons of videos on travefy.com/support where you can really see all this in action. But what you can do is you can select what theme you want and then literally just start building this out. And you can just say, um, anything like I mean, you could put your own title there, put information about what's happening here. You can build a trip, and so you can show what that itinerary is going to look like. It could be really high level, like day one you're going to be flying into Rome and you're going to be settling in, and then we'll have dinner. Just keep it high level. You can import that trip in here that you build in Travefy so they can see it. You can do all kinds of stuff. Another really great thing though is in Travefy we also have a form builder, so where you can create forms. So you can tell everybody to go to this website, and then say if you're interested, you can go ahead and fill out, the form that's on the website, and you can just import a form that you've created in Travefy. So I know it's very high level. So if you've never seen any of that in action, it might be a little confusing. So again, I highly recommend going to travefy.com/support to see all of that. But I just always like to mention that because for all of this, it really can tie everything together where, you really want to have somewhere where people who are interested can go and get all of the information, fill out a form, you get all of that contact, and it can also be the place where you keep updates, if they are signed up for a trip and like destination weddings. I saw one of those in here as well. So there's just a lot you can do. So I always just kind of wanted to add that in as a little bonus tip
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, the landing page builder is a huge value
Mhm.
for advisors. A lot of advisors will ask me about, like, I used to create kind of flyers that I would email out to people. This is your new flyer, just a digital version. And better yet than a flyer, it's mobile friendly. So it loads beautifully on a smartphone. You can send it out. As Stephanie mentioned, it has a lead generation component built in where you can take a Travefy form and embed that in so that you're getting all of those leads directly into the CRM with Travefy. But then everything's beautiful. We have a high
Yes.
resolution stock photo library built in. You can import photos from the supplier websites that you're working with on that specific package. And it's just really nicely laid out, really clean, really well organized. So it always presents you in a really professional light. A really good question that came in here from Carol. She was asking, where do you put the landing page? So,
Mm.
you create this, what do you do with it? That's an excellent question. First off, share it on social media. If you're active on social media, share it out on social media with a little bit of an intro to give your audience context of what it's talking about. Share a little bit about the package, the promotion, the destination, whatever that main idea or theme is for that promotion that you're offering. Add it to your email marketing when you send that out, or maybe you have clients that have been interested in or booked that type of trip in the past. You should absolutely be sending this out to them. Whether it be email marketing, or if you have a really good relationship with a lot of those clients, send it out via text message or something of that nature. It's a great way to keep it in front of them.
Yeah. It's really cool. It's so awesome. And Ron just said, is it one page? And it is one page. However, so I'm going to drop this link in here. So this link, and also you'll notice that this link that I have, it's domain mass. So it says travelistas.travel.com. That's my fake little demo company.
Mhm.
But you can, but just showing you though that you can put in your own domain in there. So you can you can customize that. So then when you're out and about and you want to tell somebody like, hey, go get information, you can literally just say, go at viptravel.com/2023 summer trip or whatever it
Yeah.
might be. Yeah. So really easy.
Yeah, and you can also link to this page from your existing website, whether it's
Hmm.
Travefy or something else. You can set these up. I recommend them anytime that it's a promotion or a package to make it a single page. So this is a single landing page promoting the single promotion, the single trip, so that it's a very clear call to action. Having said that, there are a few questions in here. Well, does it have to be a single page? No, you could make it a multi-page. Maybe it
Hmm.
is a more complex package or trip that you want to have multiple pages in there and link back and forth between pages. You can absolutely do that. Angelique asked, well, can I have multiple landing pages? Yes, you can. You can
Hmm.
create, maybe you're working on 30 different promotions throughout the year. You can create 30 different landing pages, all with different unique URLs in there. You can add those links to your existing website, etc. So there's a lot of versatility in how you can use this.
Yeah, and one little tip too is if you do have lots, so you can see here, these are you can just keep doing as many pages as you want. But one thing that's really cool is if you ever create one page and you want to duplicate it, you can always click this option in your settings and say copy current page. So you can always copy them. So if you want to, redo a promotion again in a different season, you can always do that and then change up everything in there. So again, really, really versatile. In there. So cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, and Robin had asked, webinar focusing on Travefy. Yes. Oh, TMP West. Awesome. Yeah. Oh, is that there you go.
Uh,
There you
yes,
go.
sorry, I just answered the question in the
Yep.
chat from Robin, but check out if any of these topics that we're talking about, like the website builder or just an overall review of Travefy, what is it? Check out our YouTube page or travefy.com/support. Our YouTube page, I want to just brag on our YouTube page. We have a lot of really good stuff on our YouTube
Tons.
page. We invest a ton of time in there to create really good, comprehensive videos, etc. If you're looking for a relatively quick intro into Travefy, in a recent training camp user conference, there is a webinar that Haley and Stephanie did called Core 5 that's just focused high level. What is Travefy? What's possible with it? It doesn't get in depth into how do you use certain features, but just what is possible with Travefy. That's a great place to start, just to get a better overview and idea of what Travefy can offer your travel business.
Oh yeah, and I just put in the URL for a YouTube channel, and then Olga asks, have one for web building. Yes, and one that I always promote. This one, it's one of my favorite ones. Is we did a landing page, anatomy of a landing page, and that's in. If you go to travefy.com/support, you'll find those videos in there. But that one's really cool because we really just break down and we actually walk through the river cruise example. So it just really helps, get all those. It's super cool. Um, let's see. I wonder if there's other. Yeah, and you'll have to let us know too. If you another thing too, Travefy, any questions that come up with Travefy or when you get in there, you have any questions, definitely reach out to our support team. There's many ways to do that. You can do it in our live chat. You can chat us in your account. You can also send us an email at professional@travefy.com. But we also do offer one-on-one demos and trainings. So you can really talk to us one-on-one. Just schedule a time with us and we can show you around too.
Yep. Yep. Good question from Ken in here. I really like the idea about promoting trips from restaurants. Can you provide examples how you would incentivize a restaurateur to use their establishments? So a few things. Point blank, with a lot of these types of group trips, if you are working with your BDMs appropriately on the group blocks or group rates, they will frequently offer a comp in there or multiple comps in there for you and or someone else. This is where the restaurateur probably should not be paying for this amazing trip, that you're working with them as a shared package. But think about the trifecta of you, the restaurateur you're working with, and your supplier. All of you have shared interest and benefit of this going well and selling out of that group space or block that you're selling into. So chat with your BDMC, tell them point blank, this is what I'm trying to do. I want to make sure that this restaurateur is incentivized, because that's going to be kind of the magic link to make sure this is really exciting and really helpful. The other thing is talking about how can you partner and share in the marketing of this. You have a marketing list, you have a community, you'll be pushing this really hard. Make sure the restaurant is also pushing it really hard too, to their marketing list and community. You both have followings, you both have engagement that way. The other thing is just set aside a budget for Facebook ads or something of that nature, because you can start to target in on people that are interested in that restaurant or types of that restaurant within your local area. And you don't have to have an enormous budget to be able to do that in the process. You can set aside and set the budget that I'm going to spend $50 a week, $100 a week, whatever it might be, for four weeks to try to generate a bunch of leads. And you can let the restaurateur know that you are promoting their business and their brand in that process as a part of the package, and that you're putting money behind it towards a Facebook ad or something of that nature. But just letting them know you're promoting their business via your email marketing list and social media channels, they're going to love that. They're a local business. They know there's a a high value on that.
Mhm. Oh, yeah. All really good ones. I love that too, that, you're working together on it and
Mhm.
sharing yours. Like if you have a Facebook group, which that's like a side one, but kind of another tip there. I hear a lot of advisors who have Facebook groups. So then they'll always share out like what promotions they're doing, what they're working on, and it really helps build your audience up and all that good stuff. But
Mhm.
this is great.
Absolutely.
This has
Well,
been fun.
I think
Yeah.
this has been a robust
Oh,
discussion,
yeah.
Stephanie. This has
I
been
know.
fun.
I feel like I have so many ideas and I don't even have a travel business. I think this has just been great. It's been so helpful. And thank you so much again, Scott, for sharing all of your ideas and just what you're hearing in the industry, what other people are doing. It's really awesome. So I hope this is really helpful. I love the chat too. There's some questions and people are answering it. So really love that community aspect as well. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining. And again, this has been recorded. So if you go to academy.travefy.com, you'll find it our YouTube channel. You'll find it in there. And yeah, so be awesome. And if there's any questions too that we didn't get to, definitely reach out to us at professional@travefy.com and we can get that answered for you.
Yep. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining the webinar today.
Yeah, thanks. Everyone have a great rest of your day.